Hey there, it's Robbin McManne. I'm a parenting expert, and I am here to talk to you about confident kids, how to raise confident kids. If you're looking at my videos and you look through my library, the last video that I shot was on how to reframe your child's behavior. So you don't see behavior as negative, but you see it as communication. And for you to really be aware of the words that you use, because when we use disempowering words like whiner or a troublemaker or selfish child, it actually takes us out of compassion and curiosity. And it forms who the child thinks that they are because they hear us using those words and they think, well, wow, if the most influential person in my life is saying that, it must be true. So, when we want to grow confident kids, part of the equation is the way we talk about them, the words we use to describe their behavior. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you more about how to grow confident kids and what you can do to get them there. If you're watching this video, I just want to say thank you for being here. I know you're a parent who cares. I know you love your kids. And I also know that there's days that you struggle, and maybe you have a child who's strong willed, difficult to parent, who has big emotions, high needs, has intense behaviors. Well, I know all about that. I have been living with a child like that for 17 years and counting. So I know exactly what that's like and how hard it can be on you, how hard it can be on us as parents. And so that's my expertise. And I love to educate parents on what it is that I do. I'm also the author of the book, The Yelling Cure. I've sold over 300,000 copies of my book all over the world. And if you're interested in my book, you can go to yellingcurebook.com to find out more about what I offer and the resources I have for you. And since you're here, please do subscribe to my channel. Please like this video and share it with anybody else who you know needs to hear this message as well. I know you've got friends and family who are raising kids, and we all want to raise the best kids possible. So please do share it. And thank you for the like and for the subscribe. I really appreciate it. Let's dive in to how to raise confident kids. We all want our kids to grow up with self-confidence and self-esteem. We want them to thrive in this world. And really, having a strong sense of self-confidence is how our kids' future will be formed so that they can have a happy, successful life. When our kids are confident, they are so much better able to deal with things like peer pressure and responsibility, frustrations, challenges, and emotions, both negative and positive. What's the real key to building self-confidence and self-esteem in your child? Well, you're a big part of that. I want you to know that this doesn't have to be a monumental task that you're not even sure where to start. We can make it fun, and it can feel really good to help your child to build their self-esteem and self-confidence. Now, I also want you to know that when we talk about confidence and self-esteem, it's an inside job. We're not doing it through excessive praise, through excessive rewards, dangling that little carrot, for them to do something that you like, that you think is good. This is about them knowing that they are loved and lovable no matter what their behavior is, that they are worthy of love and belonging no matter what. When you have a child that knows that in themselves, that has a strong foundation in their family and in their home, it helps a tremendous amount to help them to feel secure and confident from their own family, which is the most important place for them as they're growing. When they can lean into you as the in charge parent that you are, and you can instill this sense of confidence and lovability and belonging in them, it really helps them to relax into you so that their development can naturally unfold. And that's good for both you and for them. So, here are some things that you can do right now to really help your child to build their confidence. One is for you to make sure your child knows that your love is unconditional, that no matter what their behavior is, no matter what they say, no matter what they do or won't do, that they are loved and lovable no matter what, and nothing will ever change that. That love is not something that they have to hustle for, it's theirs because they were born, because they are part of the family. That's just the deal. You are loved in this family, period. Another one is to ask them for their advice and their opinion. As the core of who we are as humans, we all want to be heard, and our kids talk to their friends about stuff. They talk to their friends about current events, they talk about it in their classrooms. And if you can ask them what their thoughts and opinions are on current events, on different subjects, they really love it when we listen to them. So, your part is to just really listen and let them have their ideas, their thoughts, and their values. I think it's really important because they are forming who they're going to be. It's not always going to be that way. There's room for them to change their mind and learn new things. But when we spend time with them and truly listen to what's important to them, they feel loved. And that helps with the unconditional love. The next thing that you can do is make special time together, one on one time, time where it's just you and your kiddo, where you are showing them in your actions, in your presence, that time with them is important and worth it for you, that you choose to be with them. That makes your child feel so good. And I know if you have multiple kids, it can be hard. If you make a concerted effort to spend that time with your child, you will never lose out on that time. That time is all about connection, and connection is so important. When you are deeply connected, there's a beautiful saying that I love to say all the time that when connection is high, resistance is low. And when resistance is high, connection is low. That's why we want connection. That's also why my channel is called Parenting for Connection. It's that important. Some of the things that you can also do is give them age appropriate chores that they can do so they have a sense of pride and a sense of responsibility. That helps them to feel good. You can also give them special tasks that just they get to do as mommy special helper or daddy's special helper, something that they can do that they feel great about. What about when you're out gardening or you're doing some housework? What can they do to help you? It is so cute to see our younger kids help out. They feel really proud. And don't forget, our kids are always watching us and they want to do what we do. So take advantage of that and invite your child to come and help out too. Another thing that you can do, and we sometimes forget to do this, is play with your child in their world. It isn't always easy to make believe different things. We kind of aren't as creative or imaginative as we were when we were kids. But if you can join them in their play, it feels good to them that mom and or dad are playing with me in my world. That feels good. They're always asking us to play anyway. So why not? Why not take a little bit of time, play with them on their terms in their world? And the final piece of advice for this list that I want to give you is for you to work on your own self confidence. I just finished saying that our kids are always watching us, they're always listening too. And we need to be careful that we don't put ourselves down, that we don't use limiting statements for our own selves, right? Because that doesn't help either. It doesn't help us and it doesn't help them. And I know that we often have negative self talk, and we've got to be really careful to check ourselves before we let that out, because that just isn't good for you or your child for them to see you modeling that self doubt or lack of self esteem. And remember, to make a mistake, to fall flat on your face, is a shared human experience. We all do it. So give yourself some empathy too if you make a mistake. You're still worthy, you're still loved and lovable. As a general rule, you want to set your child up for success and create moments where they can feel successful and they can get a win, which adds to their self confidence. This has to be natural and normal and not contrived in any way. So, for example, when my oldest child was quite a bit younger, he was really struggling in school. He had an accident that hurt his knee really bad. It actually destroyed his knee. And so he wasn't playing his sports anymore. And so he was really down in the dumps. And so what we did, because we know how much he loves animals, is we took him to help volunteer at an animal shelter. We did some volunteer events at the local PetSmart where there was an adoption event. And that was able to give him some confidence in knowing that he is good enough, that he is valuable, even though some of the things that typically kids look at as a measure of their success, whether achieving in school or achieving in sports, really wasn't something that he could do. So, where are there areas that you can create those kind of magic moments for your own child? Another thing that we want to do is we want to avoid criticism. We want to avoid negativity and put downs. That is so going to destroy your child's confidence. Remember, what we say as parents is especially impactful for our kids. We are the most important people in their lives. And what we say sticks with them. It matters. So avoid that. It's not going to help at all. When you're praising your child, make sure the praise is intentional, that it's authentic. I remember one time I was at a loss for words. My little one was playing hockey and he was a net. And at that time when you're little and you just start out playing hockey, everybody rotates around being the goalie. He had a horrible game and let all the goals in. And afterwards, I said to him, "Hey, buddy, good job." And as soon as the words came out of my mouth, I wanted to grab them back. And he's like, "Mom, what are you talking about?" And he was like 5, right? And I thought, "Oh, that was total, you know what? That wasn't helpful. Why did I say that?" And so, as a rule, when it comes to praise, you want to praise effort, you want to praise process, but you don't want to praise the end result. Like you worked really hard out there. You really sweat. You worked up a sweat up there, out there, buddy. Or hey, high five. Doesn't have to be a big, long, you did so good. I liked how you did this. No, it can just be like, I saw you worked really hard. I saw you tried your best. That's it. That's it. One thing too that I want you to keep in mind is that when your child does fail, when there is something that they've made a mistake on, use that as an opportunity. Show them, okay, you made this mistake, but how are we going to fix it? This is fixable. And this speaks to how you respond to and tackle and handle adversity yourself. It's a really great lesson to show them that everybody makes mistakes and it's okay that you made one too. We can just work it out. And we're always here as your parents to help you do that. So, what do you do if your child has some negativity towards themselves, some negative self talk? Well, we first and foremost want to model what positive self talk is. And that's a process for us too. So, when we make a mistake, when we fall short, we can say things out loud. And I like to narrate what's going on, like, oh boy, I put the wrong noodles in the water, or I can't believe I missed a call today, or I can't believe that I ran out of gas on the highway. And this is what I did about it. And I asked for help. And I'm really lucky that I was able to call your dad, who was only 5 minutes away, and he was able to bring me a gas can. Or I was thankful that my client understood that sometimes I get mixed up too, and they gave me grace and we were able to reschedule the call. So explaining things like that, because we don't want our kids to think that we're perfect. We want them to know how we handle things. And again, modeling is a really important skill that we want to use for our kids because they don't do what we say, but they do what we do. And so it doesn't have to be so pointed, like you need to do this when this happens. You just have to explain to them what you do when this happens. And that allows them to see that your mood isn't seriously affected, that you don't spiral into big emotions. And if you find that they're saying negative things about themselves, let's get to the bottom of why. What's going on? One of the most common things that kids will say and people will say in general is like, I'm such an idiot. I'm so dumb. And there is a fear there that maybe I really am dumb. And we need to get to what's underneath that. Like, how come you say that? Let's talk about that. Can I show you some ways where you actually are really smart? And can I tell you that sometimes school isn't the best learning platform for everybody and that it's not a measure of your smarts? Did you know that? That there are other ways to see how smart you are. And I can show you in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ways that you really are a smart kiddo and you know how to figure things out. You got a good noodle up there. It's a little bit of humor too to soften this a little bit. And using all of these things as you go about your parenting journey with your child will really help them to really build that sense of self and that self esteem. I really do want to reiterate that normalizing failures and missteps is a really important skill because our kids just need to know that it's okay and that you are a soft place to fall. And that's why we don't want to use criticism. We don't want to use judgment. We just want to accept them for who they are and then just help them work it out. That is the key to growing confident kids. And it's also the key to growing kids that don't feel stressed, that don't feel anxiety over trying to be good enough, that they know in their heart of hearts that they are enough. And therefore, they can have all the confidence in the world because they are loved. If you have a child who is strong willed or difficult to parent, I want you to know that I have a special program where I invite parents in who are a match for the program, who are going through the same things that you're going through, everyday things that are a struggle. Things like getting your kids to bed on time, getting them up in the morning and out the door on time. Things like your kids not listening or having big reactions when you say no to them. If you struggle being patient or calm or managing your own emotions, you might want to consider my program and booking a call with me. My program is invite only. And the way that I bring new people in is through a conversation where we talk about where you are in your parenting and how I can help. So there is a link below in this video and all of my videos where you and I can talk and we can talk about if my support would be helpful to you. My goal is to help parents feel confident, to feel in control, to feel like they know what to say and do in any situation. And I can get you there if you don't feel that way. And my support is ongoing. The program that I have will help you now and into the future because you always have access to my tools, my resources, and me. So I'd love to tell you all about it. Please book a call with me and we will have a chance to discuss all of this and I can show you how I can help you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video. Hit that bell too so you're notified every time there's a new video. And of course, you are going to want to watch this video next on how to be a calm parent because that really will help you to be able to show up and do all of the things that I talked about in this video. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.